latest news archive, now live! How's it going, Cycle Riders? Now, I know you've seen this on my channel before, but I thought that I would run through the demo version, the updated demo version, with all the tutorials for you, so you get a feel for what's in the demo before you download it, or, because people are crazy, they're complaining about all this stuff. That's just what people do. So, anyways, here's what it brings up for you when you download the demo and then start the demo. You're able to go there and see the latest news for the game, and if you would like to, they even have the sign-up feature for you to get the latest news and whatnot. So there's that. So let's start new life in the demo. This is the demo to the Universim. It's not the full game. We're gonna run through the tutorials, the whole demo thing, just because. Just because. Just because. Are you still complaining on why I'm doing a demo for a game I own? Just because. Hint. I don't care what you think. So there. Ha! Unless you think I'm awesome, in which case I appreciate your opinion. Cool. Now, it goes over everything of what we already know. But since, once again, this is the demo video for the Universim, we're going to go ahead and read this. Welcome, creators! Thank you all once again for dedicating your time and effort towards improving the Universim throughout its development. The game is progressing well, but it's still in a buggy and unfinished state. These early releases are in no way respective of final game, and their primary purpose is to test new functionality and systems as they are integrated into the main game. By playing and providing us with feedback, you are helping to shape the Universim into what it will eventually be. Keep an eye out for new patches and features in the coming months. Above all else, have fun! Have fun, damn it! Have fun! If you're playing the Universim for the very first time, we highly recommend playing it with tutorials enabled. Would you like to play with tutorials? And again, since we're playing the demo, we're gonna play with the tutorials. Just for all of, you. So, behold, a new planet in need of your divine influence. Why don't you take a look around? You can move the camera with arrow keys or WASD buttons. Hold the right mouse button to look around without changing your position. Press shift to change the speed at which the camera moves. The scroll wheel changes the height of the camera, moving towards the planet's surface or pulling away depending on the direction you scroll in. Give these controls a try and click next when you are ready to move on. So here's moving with the WASD keys. WASD keys, that's that. And then with shift, that's your moving speed with the WASD with shift and without. Now, with your mouse, it was the right mouse button to look around, so we're looking around with the right. And then with your left, if you click and drag, you can move it and spin it really quickly here. And then also with the mouse wheel. Zoom in, pushing up and pulling out. We can zoom out. So, go on to next. Place Evolution Tower. The Evolution Tower marks the beginning of your new civilization, and Nuggets will begin building their residential buildings around. Make sure you place the Evolution Tower close to nearby water sources, as it's an essential resource for your civilization's survival. It's also a good idea to have stones and trees relatively close to ensure that Nuggets have easy access to them to harvest important construction supplies. Wow, that's a mouthful. Simply click the left mouse button when you're hovering over a suitable location to start your civilization. So, a couple pointers. This whole area, like right here, would not be sufficient enough. That's not enough wood. All like this whole area right there, that whole side of the planet. So, look at that. I think that's the best I've seen in this game. In the demo, that is. Not even that, but... So, are you sure you want to place your Evolution Tower here? Or, yeah, we're gonna go right there and say yes. Evolution Tower! The Evolution Tower is the engine that drives the evolutionary progress of your civilization. From here, you can select which advancements Nuggets research and also what kind of mutations you add to their DNA. These options are called perks. Alright? So, we're gonna go ahead and click next on that. Evolution Tower. Oh, we're still in that one. Alright. There are a few different types of perks. Blue perks are evolutionary perks. These perks dictate how quickly your civilization advances through the ages. They unlock key buildings and technology that allows Nuggets to create and do amazing new things. Every evolution perk you research brings your civilization one step closer to the space era. Evolution perks appear in groups, which refresh after you research all the perks in the group. Yellow perks are mortal perks. Traveling perks refresh consistently. On their own, each perk will only provide minor improvements to your civilization, but they can dramatically strengthen your civilization if you take the time to research multiple perks of the same type. Evolution. Oh, yep. All right. We're still in that.
Okay, shut up.
Green perks, rare perks. Green perks are rare perks. Rare perks are scarce but enormously helpful, which means it's a good idea to keep an eye out for them as they will have a bigger impact on your civilization. Keep that in mind. Purple perks, ultra rare perks. Every now and then, something incredibly special comes along. These perks are the cream of the crop, but they come with a hefty cost. However, you should choose to research them. They will benefit your civilization greatly. Come on, go next. It is important to note that every perk other than evolutionary perks refresh after each successful research attempt. You can only select one perk to research at a time, so choose wisely. It might be a good idea to research yellow or green perks before the next big evolutionary step. However, you also don't want to stagnate your civilization for too long and risk famine or other unfortunate side effects. The requirements section showcases what the research item needs to be completed. Some perks might require you to sacrifice nuggets. Research can be dangerous. They still need to go through the phase where they think strapping palm leaves to their arms will allow them to fly. The effects section details what changes will be added to your civilization after the research is completed. Positive effects have an upwards facing green arrow to them, and negative effects have a downward facing red arrow beside them. construction menu. That's this thing right down here. You're gonna find the construction menu right here. Let's learn how to influence nuggets to build things that you want. At the bottom left, click on the construction menu. See, it's got the hammer here, it's got the hammer there. That's your construction menu. It's important to construct the most vital buildings first. Try building a water well to start off. Place it near a water source for best effects. Buildings require certain resources to be constructed, so please allow the nuggets some time to collect enough resources if you're lacking. Most of the buildings in your civilization need nuggets to be assigned to them in order to function properly. Additionally, some buildings require water for operation. Water pumps can be constructed beside any water source to supply your civilization. So there we go. Next. Residential huts. A nugget's hut is almost as essential to their well-being as food or water. This is their home, and they will return here often to either rest or mate. The hut also displays information about its residents, like how much food they're consuming or how many children they have. You can also easily locate one of the hut's residents by clicking on the portrait in the UI. Every potential family needs to have a hut, and nuggets will automatically construct huts when required. These huts will hold more residents as you advance through the ages, so don't worry too much about your civilization becoming overcrowded. Every nugget is unique. Oh, this is for nuggets. Nuggets! Every nugget is unique and possesses their own vital needs. They need water, food, and rest in order to survive. They are also sensitive to the environment around them. If the local temperature is too hot or cold, they might die. Nuggets will form families and reproduce as time goes by, and their offspring will do the same eventually. We want nuggets to feel like real living creatures, and we want you to care about them. We hope to give you the feeling that you're playing with something like an ant farm. Your actions will have consequences, and nuggets will respond to nearly everything you do. Tooltips. If you'll find yourself not knowing what's what, you can always hover your mouse over elements to see tooltip with explanation. It sounds like a Russian wrote that, or somebody who doesn't really speak too much English. If you'll find yourself, one word, not knowing what's what, comma, you can always hover your mouse over the element to see tooltips, to see a tooltip, or to see tooltips with explanation. I think that whole tooltips needs to be revised. So, I think we need to go in and put down our water source here, so our collection. So we need to go into resource, we need to go into here, get the primitive waterworks perk. It'll get your water well and your water pump. You want to research that first. Otherwise, you won't have any water, your nuggets will die of thirst, and it's not a pleasant sight. So they still don't know what they're doing. We already have an infected nugget because they drank from the river while we were doing the tutorial there. If you want to speed up your game just a little bit, it's probably going to tell us a little later on, but if you want to speed it up, current time your local position on the planet. Well, you hit those two arrows to the right, twice and you speed it up. I don't know how much the game speeds up, but it speeds up the game. Then you want to go for the demo, that is, you want to get your primitive tools. These in the real game will be unlocked and you'll be able to choose which one you want. Pulley system, you'll get +1 well water capacity, and the extra water force will give you well refill rate +15%. This is the effects window here. This is what tells you what perk you're going to be researching. Couldn't think of the word. It's the research perk window, what you're going to research there. Now we researched all those two. Now we have we have so many more we can research here. Elbow grease, cooking, and agriculture. Elbow grease gives you 1 nugget might. Cooking gives you nugget hunger -2%, and an eatery. Eatery is good. It gives your nuggets someplace they can go and eat. While we're doing this, let's get our pump placement. Here we go. So water pumps can only be built on shores. Water sources hold a finite amount of water, which means that the reservoirs can be depleted over time. A water pump's panel displays important information regarding the current supply and demand of the epicenter as much as water level. You can build as many pumps as you want, but remember that pumping water will have an impact on the fish population. So, see, we can't place it like where it's red here. It'll have to be on the shore, like there, where it turns white. So we're going to place it here. Now, water usage. Every building in the game uses water in varying amounts. A number of buildings even have their own water storage area in the case of supply shortages. The current water usage status of a building is indicated by the blue ring above. If the blue ring is glowing, the building is functioning and using the displayed amount of water. If the ring is pulsing red out, it means that there isn't enough water being supplied to the building. Without water, some buildings will not function at all. You will see red drop status icon above them. Okay. We had it a little while ago before we made the pump here. So I'll put that snippet in now. Now, let's go back into here. Oh, you know what? Let's where's the... We got a well, so we can build the well in the engineer's hut. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So the reservoir... Let's see here. Nugget hunger, farm... Okay, so the reservoir would come with the pump in the full game, and this one they have it locked. So we'll just skip the reservoir for now, and go ahead and get the eatery or the cooking perk, since they're really not telling us which perks to go for. Well placement. Here we go. Here's another one. When choosing a location to build a well, you should see a status icon hovering above it with a number. This number indicates the refill rate of the well, which is important for seeing how quickly the well will replenish its contents after they have been depleted. This value corresponds with the current biome the well is built in. For instance, a well located near water source will refill more quickly than one in the desert. So, you see this one here is 20. Now if we come all the way over here, well, that's 19. And water source here, it's 10. Although it's near the water, river, we're in the desert, so it's going to drop down to 10 there. Let's see if we can't find it back here. Nope. Let's press that button and find our way home. So, we found our way home. Let's make it right here. Now, we can place it out there, and that's gonna be where that is, where that goes. Now, let's get back into Epicenter here and go Engineers, and it's... No, it's not gonna give us anything on the Engineers. So what the Engineers do is, you see these two buildings here with the red house with the little crack down the middle? That means that the house, or the hut, or building, or what have you it is almost decomposed. So this orange line here, when it's all the way down, it's gonna crumble, it's gonna fail. So these engineers, once we get this built, and we have an engineer in here, these engineers will then go around and fix up these buildings. It could be the water well or the reservoir or what have you. Just a building that has that house with the crack down it. The engineer will go and fix up. I like to put that down relatively after I put down the well, the pump, and the reservoir. That way, when my buildings start to crumble, I have engineers to go in and fix it. So what I did just there, I just clicked on the engineer hut and clicked on the empty one, and it'll just say assign nugget like this. You click on that, and then you want to find somebody that has laborer. See, like this person's an engineer. You don't want to place him there because he's an engineer. Yes, he's already an engineer. It would defeat the purpose. He's already back there. But let's say it said cook or farmer or witch doctor. You click on them, it's going to take them from that job and place them into the new one. So I'm assuming. You don't want that. So then we got that there. Oh, let's see if we can't do something else here. Well water capacity +1. Agriculture. Let's get the well water capacity really quick. Refill it one more. Oh, look. See? They just fixed this one, and we'll have to pay more attention for when they're fixing that one. I think they're going right now. See, she's fixing this one, so it's going to go up. And he's fixing this one, so it's going to go up very slowly. But it'll keep the building from crumbling and, in essence, you or your nuggets having to rebuild it. So we got the pump. Let's get the eatery here. And it's not going to let us place it down. There's like this whole area over here, and it's not going to let us place the eatery down. So, I might have to come up here maybe. Wow, that's like really far away. Why do I have to go way over there to place down the eatery when I have just enough room for it to go down right here? What about over here? Wow. Why so far away? Holy crap. That's alright, we'll just place down the fishing pier right here since we haven't placed that down yet. Yeah, so the eatery is is just that. It's like a cafeteria for your nuggets. They can go there, they can get food, they can get water. The food and water that they get at an eatery is better than the food that they'll find on trees and bushes, or the water they'll find in a well, or obviously in the river. So then let's see if we have... No, we don't have the fishing pier yet. And let's see if we can't get the farm. I'm sure I'm missing something key. But I mean, I'm usually always playing this game, whether I'm playing online or offline. If you have any questions on how to do something, hit me on my Twitter. It's right up here, at the top somewhere. Or you can ask it in the comments down below. That's also a good way to reach me when I'm not doing anything. And remember, there's nothing as a stupid or silly question. I'll try my best to answer your question. And if I don't know the answer, I will get back to you on that answer. That's just how I roll, folks. That's how I roll. Alright? Oh, something I do want to point out real quick. Say you're running low on your water consumption, which is down here. It's down there. Say you're running low on your water. You can come into any one of these buildings and hit this power on-off switch, turn it off. They're not using any water. That's said for any building, except for your epicenter, or your evolution tower as it's now called. You can do it to... Oh, look at that, we didn't assign a chef. You can do it to your eatery. You can do it to your water pumps. Infected area. Here we go. Here's one. What have we here? It seems that your nugget has thrown in the towel, so to speak. In less delicate terms, he or she is dead and will begin to rot soon. Rotting bodies tend to attract disease if they are not dealt with, so you may want to do something about this. Graveyards and funeral pyres are the best option. Nuggets assigned to graveyard will look for their dead friends and take their bodies away for burial. If you don't have either of these and you have a corpse on your hands, you can always relocate the body using your godly powers. Carefully though, nuggets don't like it when you throw their deceased loved ones into space. I do it all the time because the gravedigger is just a shallow, slow punk, always. It doesn't matter who it is. Now, finding these dead bodies is, you know, a task in its own. I don't know who died. Oh, there it is. There's the person here. But since they're so far away, I'm gonna leave the body there until it starts to decay, and you can see the heat wave coming off of him. You click on him, and he says dead. Looks like an ice cream cone. Sad, but sorry. I didn't mean no disrespect. So yeah, I'm gonna leave him there just for now, so that I can show you what a diseased area looks like. Because that's something that most people don't know. I didn't know what they looked like when I started playing my first run. That is when they threw in the diseased areas. Then my whole... oh look, there's another one I think. Down here in the ocean. Yep, there he is. So here's what you do when you want to pick him up. You hold down the left mouse button and pick him up. Then you're free to move your camera around with the right mouse button. Just click and drag. And hold down the left one again and say goodbye. And he flew out some way that I don't even know. Which is really weird. But now he's gone, but I think he landed somewhere back on the planet. Because it would have said something about them dying because they were out in space and blah blah blah. But in real essence, they didn't die because they were out in space and there's no air out there. Oh, here we go. It's diseased, it's rotting. That's what the diseased area looks like up close. Now from far away, when you're trying to find it, it's easier to spot when you're trying to find a diseased area versus just a dead body. However, I've also had it to where they'll die in their hut, and that's difficult too because you can't see the diseased area because they're in the hut. And all your nuggets are going in and out of that diseased area, in and out of the hut, and they're just all getting disease-ridden and dying and spreading the famine. So let's see what else we can do here, see if there's anything else that sparks this tutorial here. There's something here. We get the farm. Where can we place the farm? Place it over here. The forest, no. I really picked a horrible spot. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button, that's why. There we go. Really picked a horrible spot. I didn't realize how bad that spot was going to be for placing things down. It's kind of the worst ones I've had, is this demo here. Real game hasn't given me this much trouble on finding areas to place anything down. I think it's just this location. Let me know if you get the demo, let me know what your experience was in finding places to place your buildings down, or just getting to know your locations of, whatever have you on your UI. So we got eatery is done. We don't have the fishing pier yet because they just, I don't know, they haven't given that to us yet. I think that's the campfire. So, okay, so the fishing pier is not available on demo. Either is the refinery or stone refinery, or warehouse, or reservoir. What else is it? Forecast tower. To unlock, research ancient burial for cemetery. Not available on demo. Not available on demo. So we're getting the ancient burial. It'll be done in 30 seconds or less. Okay, we're back, and the cemetery has been researched. Now we're gonna go place down the cemetery, just anywhere, I presume. Try and find a place here for it. Maybe rotate. Oh, by the way, you can rotate any building other than your water pumps by Q and E. Q goes one way, E goes the other. So there we go. Let's just place that there. And then... Wow, what are you doing? You're back to just being weird and random. Pick picking up resources. No, it looks like you're pacing back and forth because your boyfriend cheated on you and you need some kind of good revenge. Oh, and they have the dust storms in the demo. So that's cool. While they're building the rest of the farm and cemetery, I'm gonna shut my trap so we can speed the video up here. Oh, look at that. They're done. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. Oh, look at this. What's this? What's here? Cemetery. We already built the cemetery. So there's that. Farm UI overview. Farms have 3 worker slots for the assignment of farmers. These nuggets will take care of all the planting, watering, and harvesting activities. Depending on their appearances, they may even double as scarecrows. Farms, unlike most buildings, don't require water to function. Really? Water is only needed when it comes to planting crops. Should have kept reading. The amount of water needed depends on the type of crop you chose to plant. When selecting a new crop to be planted, you must first consider the type of biome the farm is suited in. Every crop has its own climate preference. Some grow faster in grassland regions, while others flourish in the desert. You can still plant and grow crops that aren't suited to the current biome, but their growth times and water requirements might be far higher, and the food output far lower. Farms have 2 local storage areas. One is used for food and the second for herbs. They will fill up as your workers harvest these resources. Should they become full, farmers will cease planting new crops until the storage areas clear out for a bit. You can build warehouse in order to make more room here. Only 1 crop can be grown in a farm at a time. When you select a new crop to plant, it will be planted every year at spring or summer and harvested in the fall in a loop until you select a different one. Certain crops have shorter growth times, so they may be harvested earlier than others. The white stripe present between the 2 dots indicates the current growth progress. If you want to change the selected crop for the next cycle, you can do so by clicking the Change Crop button and picking a new one. Remember, the crop will only change once the next growth cycle begins. As mentioned, you need to take the current biome into consideration when choosing a new crop plant. Crop biome preferences are shown in their detailed description tab, which you can access by hovering your cursor over the eye icon. You can also view other details here, such as the growth cycles. In each crop slot, there are 3 circles showing the growth time, expected food output, and water needs, respectively. If the circles are full, it means that the current biome is best suited for the chosen crop. If they are only partially filled, it means the biome doesn't possess the preferred conditions of the crop, but will still grow. Okay, so let's get this here. So, as with every building that has somebody to place in it, for you to assign a nugget, first one you always have to assign. If they die, then the system will automatically replace this nugget with a different laborer nugget. So let's go ahead and choose a crop. So here we see forest is good. Forest, this one's good. It's all full. So this is going to take 6 minutes. It's 8 minutes. This is grasslands and mountains, but they'll still grow. We keep going down here, and there's no more circles that are full. So we want to go with one of these two, and this one has a time of 6 minutes. It gives you 26 crops, but it has a 38 water source. This one is 8 minutes, 2 minutes longer, with a little bit less food, with a lot less water. Less than half water actually, but you use more water, you get more food for your output. So we're going to go ahead and build this one here, or plant that one there, and then we can go back in and change it out just like that. Now this one that we already have in there will do the whole cycle, be harvested, and then the new one will start the next planting cycle. And it doesn't matter which crop you choose, that crop will be planted every year unless you change it out like we did here. So we planted this one, and then we already have this one set up for next planting cycle. So now as you see, this is that water droplet I was talking about earlier, if it didn't show up. And we have so many nuggets just lying around. So let's go into here. Oh, look at that. We already got somebody for the cemetery. But you see how slow they are. We only have 2. I think the cemetery should need like 2 gravediggers. Just because of how often these nuggets seem to pass. But I think that's about it for the demo here. So let me know what you guys think about the demo. Let me know if you guys played the demo, or if you guys have supported the game and bought the game. If so, let me know what you think about the full game. I personally like the game. I can't wait to see where the game goes. I can't wait to get us out of the Stone Age like so many others of you. There's been so many people that have told me that, you know, it's been taking them forever to get out of the Stone Age, and when are we going to get out of the Stone Age? But, you know, it's a game, okay? It's a game. The devs really want to do this right, and they want to do it for you and for themselves. So, you know, let's keep giving them the support that we've been giving them, and let's watch this game be finished. Let's celebrate every step with them, from, you know, just a minor patch update to severely new items and new content into the game kind of patch. Let's celebrate them equally. I mean, yes, we're all gonna be jumping for joy when we're finally out of the Stone Age, when we're finally got the save feature and it works tremendously. I mean, the save feature right now is only in beta access, or not beta access, but it's a beta version of the save. But they are looking to make it better, and every time they put out a patch, they put out the patch notes. And who does the patch notes on his channel? This guy. Come back and watch those videos, so you always know what's in the patch notes. Or you can go to their website and you can just read it through yourself. Either way, you want somebody who looks as awesome as I do and sounds even better. You got the best of both worlds. You can even mute me if you just like the way I look. And you can just read it off the screen of the video. There you go. You see, it's a win-win for you. Win-win. But like I said, I'm gonna stop this video right here. We're looking at just under an hour. I'm hoping to condense it down even more so. So if you like the demo, you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing with the Universim videos, drop me a subscribe. I would appreciate it. And keep your head up, keep breathing, stay strong, and you'll see me in the next video.